Ladies and gentlemen, a very good afternoon and a very warm welcome aboard Queen Victoria. It's our absolute pleasure to be able to welcome you here on board today for our maiden call to this magnificent port. My name is Alessandra, I'm the Entertainment Director on board Queen Victoria, and it's now a great pleasure to introduce the Master of Queen Victoria, Captain Paul Wright.
Well, Mr. Mayor and honoured guests, it's certainly a great honour for me to bring this magnificent vessel to a magnificent city of San Francisco. We've also brought the sunshine, you will have noticed, right? The sun always shines on us wherever we go, ladies and gentlemen. This year, actually, it's our 170th anniversary Cunard line, and it's come a long way since then. That was in 1840. Not that I remember that, ladies and gentlemen, but 1840 when the Britannia first sailed from Liverpool. And she was 5 times smaller than us, so we were 5 times bigger than us, and it was very much different in those days. They actually carried the food with them. They had livestock on board, and that's where they actually got the food. We have discontinued that practice nowadays, I assure you. But of course, and then the golden age of ocean travel in the 1940s, which we tried to recreate with our signature White Star service. When the motto was there is getting there is half the fun. And that's just as true nowadays as it was then. Since we've actually been in service, we came in service in December 2007. We were christened by Her Royal Highness, the Duchess of Cornwall, which is where I'm actually from, Cornwall, but she doesn't give me a break on the taxes or anything like that. And that was with, of course, His Royal Highness, the Prince of Wales. Strange enough, just arriving in San Francisco, we've just come up to 250,000 miles. We've just clocked. We had a look at the mileometer, and 250,000 miles now, which is one trip to the moon. So we're gradually getting there. We've been to actually every continent now, except Antarctica, but I'm sure we'll get that down there in some time. We've done over 150 different ports now, so we now make our maiden call to the city by the bay, and this is the 15th day of our current world voyage. I'm sure many of you will remember Queen Mary II's maiden call, which was quite a momentous occasion, I believe, in February 2007. So we're certainly delighted today to receive another very gracious and warm welcome from the city. And your beautiful Golden Gate Bridge blew the foghorn right on time, which we answered. I'm sure you were all up when we came through, right? And we're looking forward very much to the Queen Victoria. She's actually spending some time on the west coast next year, travelling through the canal to and also to Hawaii and Mexico. So we're looking forward to spend some more time in those waters. And of course we do have the new Queen Elizabeth coming out in October of this year, so then we'll be up to 3 Cunard liners. So I really thank you for all coming today, ladies and gentlemen, making this just such a special occasion for us, and sharing our special day on our youngest Cunard liner at the moment. With that, ladies and gentlemen, I'd really like to introduce the man of this golden city, the Honourable Mayor Gavin Newsom.
Thank you. Right behind
you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, and welcome, and thank you for picking as your only U.S. site destination, port of call, San Francisco, and it is indeed a pleasure to be back a few years later on one of the newer lines, the Queen Victoria, and to have the time this time to tour it. I got in, we were down at the bar a minute ago, and they thought I was about to play the piano. They thought I was the entertainment, so I quickly was escorted out. Otherwise, I'd been joining you for the extended tour. But it's a lot of fun coming on these ships, these boats. These are extraordinary feats of human imagination, and it's a great treat and pleasure to have the opportunity. I say that not just as mayor, but as someone that has long admired this remarkable I guess, adventure that is now cruising and these remarkable ships that have really taken off in popularity and esteem. And that is something that one day I look forward to enjoying if I get a little extra time off. This is a big commitment, some of these tours. But it is a big deal. As mayor, I'll put my mayoral hat on to welcome you, because this is a big deal to our economy in the city. We estimate, to the extent that it matters, Captain, about $800,000 of spending that we will benefit from just by this quick exchange of passengers. Some 1,200 people coming off, or so 1,200 people coming back on board. This creates real jobs and continues to support our economy, which is not struggling as most other ports of call, certainly in this country, but hardly doing as well as we had hoped and expect to be. This is a city that has been the beneficiary of 62 other ships that have made their way into our city in the last calendar year. We understand the importance of the cruise industry. We also understand that we need to upgrade our facilities. You have done your job with ships like this. We need to do a better job with and clearly people got off today and understand what we're on and understand what I'm saying with our port. And that's why we're also very pleased today, and we took the opportunity to mark the occasion with your visit to announce that we have sold some $36.65 million of bonds. This is the first time since 1984 that the port has sold revenue bonds to, on our own, begin to update the facilities here and at our permanent new cruise ship terminal that will be complete by 2014. Real construction starting in 2012, but of the $36 million, 10 will go immediately to start the design and planning of a world-class terminal. So people will have the benefit of that, and we look forward to inviting you back for the inaugural on that. And this site, which is our temporary site, will be made a backup site, but we're going to start immediately by investing $5.5 million on upgrading this existing site. So you'll see the benefit of that in the next few months and years ahead. Some 650 jobs, incidentally, will be created because of the sale of these bonds. But I think it's good news for the industry. It's certainly good news, I hope, for Kennard, and reason to come back to San Francisco, and reason enough to bring me here to celebrate with you this day. And Captain, I don't know how it's possible that you could find a place for this. I imagine all these other cities and mayors, but just don't throw it away in our presence. Just hide it, put it in the dustbin maybe, but it is my pleasure to recognize today. We thought it appropriate to welcome the ship here into San Francisco and recognize today in San Francisco's Kennard Queen Victoria Day. And we proclaim this on behalf of all of us in San Francisco. We welcome you sincerely with open arms, and we look forward to bringing you back to this great town.
Thank you very much.
What do you want to do there? Proverbial
Hopefully, I'm sure you've got some room on.
Yeah, we have room.
I'm sure you've got the Queen Mary one as well. So
Oh, that's beautiful.
hopefully.
Thank you. All right. Very kind. All right.
All right, thank you. We'll
Thank you.
We'll
Pass those behind. All right.
Thank you very much to Mayor Gavin Newsom. It's now a great pleasure to introduce Joe Alessandra, the CEO and President of San Francisco Convention and Visitors Bureau.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Captain. It's great to be here to celebrate Queen Victoria's first visit to San Francisco. I only have one question to ask you. After 250,000 miles, what took you so long to get to San Francisco for the very first time? We welcome you with open arms. Tourism is San Francisco's leading industry, and it's really the way that San Francisco showcases ourselves to the world. And people come to San Francisco, they experience a lot of different ways. Beyond the Native Americans who lived these lands before us, the first visitors came here by sea. And visitors continue to come by sea every year. And we welcome Queen Victoria here, and we welcome the future of the cruise industry in San Francisco. With a new terminal that will be open in a few years, it's just the beginning of what the future will bring. Again, think about it. The very first visitors came here by sea, and the next generation of visitors will continue to come here by sea, as evidenced today by this marvelous ship that came into San Francisco. I'd like to present something that doesn't necessarily hang on a wall, but a little token of San Francisco that talks about transportation and talks about what this cruise industry does. This is a slice of a cable car rail from the original line on the Powell Street cable car that was taken out after the 1906 earthquake and fire. It shows how San Francisco was able to rebuild into a more dynamic, incredible city visited by people from throughout the world, and also showcases the importance of transportation that this city has, whether it's by sea, by air, by rail, by foot, by car. So I'd like to present this to you, Captain, as a memento of San Francisco. If ever you have a problem with an anchor, you could probably use this a little bit in this case.
Thank you very much indeed, sir. Beautiful.
As a token of your visit to San Francisco and the importance that transportation and cruise industry plays in our city. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. If you could also find room for one of these as well, sir.
Absolutely.
We've got no limit to the number.
I'll take 3 of them then.
Thank you very much. We put it in a. Should we put it in the? It's the same one actually.
That's all right.
I noticed. Thank you very much indeed, Mr. Alessandra. It's now a pleasure to introduce the President of San Francisco Port Commission, Mr. Rodney Fong.
Well, thank you very much for having us, and congratulations on your arrival into San Francisco early this morning. And from the Port of San Francisco, all of its staff and support staff that bring such a large ship into San Francisco, it takes a lot of people for this effort to happen, volunteers in fact as well. So congratulations to all of them. You know, Joe and the mayor talked a little bit about the importance of the cruise industry in San Francisco, and it's a growing industry, and it's one that's great for jobs along the port property. It's great for development as well, and of course for tourists in San Francisco to enjoy this great city and experience this waterfront. So in addition, this new cruise ship terminal on Pier 27 will be phenomenal. It's going to be a world-class cruise ship terminal. We're making a long-term investment as the port, and I hope Cunard is also going to be able to make a long-term investment with us. So with that, I have this plaque here that reads, commemorating the inaugural call of the Queen Victoria Cunard Line, Port of San Francisco, January 27th, 2010.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Well, I would be disappointed in her disappointment.
We actually had one presented to us once with Queen Victoria on.
Good.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. We put in the.
Thank you very much indeed, Mr. Fong. It's now a great pleasure to introduce the President and CEO of Nautilus International Holding Corporation, the parent company of Metro Cruise Services, Mr. James Callahan.
Thank you. If I may, just a quick story of, I think, harmonic convergence or kismet. I don't know which, Captain. But as you know, in December 1967, the Queen Mary, the legendary Queen Mary, came to the Port of Long Beach. And I'm a native of Long Beach. And that's the essence of the story. On that cruise, final cruise, was a president of our company. On the dock, receiving the ship as superintendent, was a future president of the company. Also on the dock, not receiving the ship, but observing with my father, was myself at age 16. So never in my wildest dreams did I think in 1967 that I'd be standing here today to say to you, Captain, on behalf of Metro Cruise Services, we want to welcome you to San Francisco. We're very privileged and pleased to be the terminal operator here and the stevedore here. We've been here for many decades. We hope many decades more at the new cruise terminal. And we wish you all the success in the world.
Thank you very much indeed. Thank you. Thank you. And also, guess what? Actually, yours are a lot heavier than ours, so I think we're going to have to. Fair enough. Thank you very much. We put it in the.
Very good.
Okay. Hey, you're well organised.
Oh,
here.
thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Callahan. It's now a pleasure to introduce from the Marine Exchange of San Francisco, Lynn Corwatch.
I thank you very much for the opportunity to be here. Our organization was founded in 1849, so while we are not as old as yours, Captain, we do have some longevity here in San Francisco. For those of you that are from San Francisco, you're quite aware of Coit Tower. Our organization was the first one to put the telegraph up on Telegraph Hill, which is at the base of Coit Tower. We transmitted information about vessel arrivals into the San Francisco region through that means of technology, while we have the ability now to track the ships way outside of the San Francisco Bay entrance. Our technology and our commitment to the San Francisco Bay region has remained the same. On behalf of all of the 200 plus members of our community, I want to thank you very much to our port. We welcome you, and we have the opportunity to provide you one more plaque.
Thank you very much
Thank you.
indeed. Thank you.
To go
Wow,
with it.
fantastic.
But hopefully you'll be smooth enough sailing, they won't slide off your desk.
Good, good.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. And we also...
Oh.
Those are actually seagulls there. They're not
I like
scratches,
it.
okay?
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Thank you,
Shall we put it in the... and then collect...
Oh, thank
oh,
you.
she's got them there, I think. I don't know how you organised and all this, Ali, but you're doing a good job.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much to Lynn Corwatch. And now from Inchcape Shipping Services, Catherine Hooper.
Inchcape Shipping Services is a port agent. And for those of you who are affiliated in the industry, you know that ships just don't wander in by themselves. Once the decision is made to come here, they need people on the ground to set up berths, tugboats, pilots, bear costumes, carved ice, toilet paper, caviar, Cheerios, everything. That's my job. And I work for a company called Inchcape Shipping, which is a British-based company, but we too are a very old company. Our company started in 1862, known as Williams Diamond, and we used to carry mail, M-A-I-L, between here and Hawaii. And that was also very much, this company is very much a part of the gold rush here in San Francisco, and has evolved over the years to look after all manner of vessels. My particular passion is the cruise industry. And it is a pleasure to bring this ship in here. We've been wanting the ship to come in, and I love the reference to why it took so many miles for you to come, and we look forward to having you come back. As somebody who's in the weeds, as we say, on the ground, working quietly in support of the cruise industry, and on behalf of all of the people that you never see and you never really hear that are involved in the rings and ripples of income that these ships bring, I thank you. And particularly exciting is to know that we will have a better cruise terminal. Having worked here for many, many years, it is my hope that I will continue to work many, many more years and not be in a wheelchair when that new terminal is finished. On behalf of all of us with Inchcape Shipping, a company that's 255 offices worldwide, it is truly my personal and professional pleasure to give you yet another plaque.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. I have to say this lady has worked really hard. Every morning for the last 10 days, my computer screen has been a sea of red. But thank you very much. There we go.
I get one too.
You get one too.
Come back
Thank
real
you very
soon,
much,
as we
Catherine.
say.
Thank you.
Thank you very much indeed, Catherine Hooper. And ladies and gentlemen, that actually concludes this part of today, where we do the traditional exchange of plaques marking our maiden call to San Francisco. What we'd like to do is to invite those guest speakers today to maybe come just before the globe over here to gather for some pictures. For everybody, of course, please feel free to enjoy our hospitality, and then we look forward to taking you on a tour of this wonderful ship very shortly, where you get to see what our guests enjoy whilst they're on board. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much.